Well, welcome back, America, and welcome to my channel. Um, I I'm here to talk to you today about surviving 2026 and the possible Great Depression Part 2 that is on our heels right now. So I'm going to take a sip of my Folgers instant coffee. Oh, best coffee in the world, in my opinion. And I'm going to tell you about coffee today as well. Well, I'm going to start off with the coffee part, okay? Why do I drink coffee in my videos? Well, one, I love coffee. Two, I drink Folgers coffee. Three, coffee is inexpensive if you know how to spend your money smart. And I'm going to let you know, um, America is in dire straits. People are struggling with finances. People are struggling with gas prices that have started going sky high again. Um, People are going into debt with credit card abuse and use. Uh, they're using credit cards to survive. Um, One of the things about that is that a lot of people are going to lose everything as a result of their credit cards that they are forced to use just to pay bills, to pay rent, to pay utility bills, to pay gas in their cars, to buy food with, stuff like that. People are going to lose everything. Uh, I want to do this video about surviving 2026 and what's happened to our government and you know and our country. Uh, as I stated in my previous video, that we just received the last shipment of oil from the Strait of Hormuz, and that's it. No more's coming in. This is it. And yesterday, the buffoon in the White House, as I call him now, uh, he literally forced more attacks in Iran. And which is wrong. Iran did nothing. This administration needs this for two reasons. And as I stated in my previous video, the number one reason is the Trump Epstein Melania files. And the other reason is they need a reason to cancel the November 2026 elections. That's the only reason why we have this going on. No other reason. Iran did nothing. The the problem with the last shipment of oil is that we are now beginning to see fuel at the pumps exceeding $9 in some states. Fuel shortages will begin and people will be fighting for fuel. Um, I'm not going to dwell on that. Um, I I want to get more into survival. And the one thing is, the reason why I got my coffee, the reason why I drink my coffee is because, well, multiple reasons. One, I love it. I love Folgers coffee. Um, Two is I'm trying to help you, the American people, understand you don't have to have somebody to make you coffee. You can save a lot of money. You don't have to go to Starbucks or Scooters or Shooters or whatever it's called, coffee places, or to 7-Eleven, or go out and eat breakfast all the time because you're too lazy to cook your own. You know, You can make a cup of instant coffee at home for pennies on the dollar. Yes, you can do that. I just think it's absolutely insane for anyone to go out there and pay $4 and up to $12 for a cup of coffee at a Starbucks. You're out of your freaking mind, people. What's wrong with you? I make mine for pennies on the dollar. Mm. Oh, and it's good too. Oh, I love it. But the thing is, with the cost of living going up, you're going to have to start cutting back on your expenditures. Now, surviving 2026. Well, there's a lot of things people can do. One is you need to start preparing and you need to start stocking up. I have gone to Walmart 7 days in a row. I have gone to other grocery stores 7 days in a row. And I looked at the cost of goods going up. And I also noticed the lack of goods on the shelves. Yes. Oh, and a surprise. I purchased a box of cereal one time, and I like my Raisin Bran. I also like my oatmeal too. But I got a box of Raisin Brans because I liked it. Well, what happened was I get home and I open up the box and learn that the box was only half full. And I'm like, what the hell? I just got scammed by corporate business who are now putting big boxes on the shelves, but they're only halfway filling them. So what I do now is if I need a box of cereal like Raisin Bran, which I don't need anymore, but if I do get one, I always open the box first and pull it out and see how much is in the bag. And if it's not full, I put the box back on the shelf and I'll open up another. I suggest you start doing the same thing too, people, because I'm telling you, it's not just Raisin Bran. It happened with Cheerios too. They are cheating you, the consumer. They're raising the prices, but they're also cheating you too by giving you less. It's called shrinkflation. Now, another thing that we all need to pay attention to is the cost of goods going up. Now, coffee is going to become a, a commodity amongst the people. The prices of coffee is going up. And remember, we do not grow coffee beans in America. They are imported. And what happens is that the less we have in allies with other countries that grow coffee beans, the less coffee we're going to see on the shelves. And yes, that's what's beginning to happen. I've noticed that the coffee supply on the shelves in the stores of Walmart, as well as other stores, are getting smaller. Just like the sugar aisle, where you used to buy your sugar. It's gotten smaller. So has the flour that you bake goods with. It's gotten smaller. The soup can aisle has gotten smaller. Broth, that section has gotten smaller. Pasta, that section has become extremely smaller and limited. Pasta sauce, all the goods on the shelves are getting smaller. And what I mean is that there's not a lot more of those products on the shelves. they're shrinking it and filling the excess of the shelves with other food products to make it look like it's a full line of products. I remember last year at Walmart when I could go down one aisle and it's just filled with pasta sauce and noodles, spaghetti and macaronis and all that stuff. It's not that way any longer. It's all changed and it's going to get worse. It's called shrinkflation. Not only are the goods becoming shorter in supply, but also the canned goods are getting smaller too. So, why I'm doing this video is you, the American people, and you too, MAGA, you need to start stockpiling. You need to start stocking up on non perishable goods that you like to eat. Don't go out and buy a bunch of stuff you don't like. You'll be a fool. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Buy what you enjoy eating. And I know a lot of people rely on convenient foods, frozen foods, prepackaged foods that you can just throw in the microwave. Well, if you don't have a lot of storage spaces like freezers and stuff like that to store it in, then why buy it? You're going to have to learn to cook food, people. It's not that hard to do. You can go on YouTube and you can look up videos on how to cook rice. It's easy, really easy. You can go on YouTube and you can learn how to store rice. It's pretty easy to do. Now, you really need to start stocking up not only on non-perishables, but on utensils, small appliances that's going to help you. Uh, Things like the Ninja Blender. You don't have to go out and spend a ton of money on a Ninja Blender. You can find them on sale. You can find them on Mercari, eBay, and Amazon at low prices, discounted prices. You can make peanut butter. You can make ice cream. You can make your slushies. You can make your margaritas in a Ninja Blender. It's pretty simple to do. A bread maker I recommend. For me, it's hard for me to knead bread and to do all that stuff. So I do have my bread makers and I do use it just to mix the ingredients and then I let it sit there and let it rise. And when the process is done, I do not cook my bread in a bread maker. I have my baking pans for bread and I take out the dough once it's risen and I I bake my bread. It's fairly simple. And not all of you need one. You have hands, you can knead your bread and do it. I don't. So that's why I have them. One of the most important things that you can invest in America is going to be a vacuum seal, uh, a, a food vacuum sealer device. Vacuum sealer bags. You need those. You need those to be able to vacuum seal airtight bags. And you want to get those little oxygen packet things that you put inside the bag to prevent mold and mildew from and moisture from building up in those bags. You want to get those too, and start. You use it. You buy your bags of pasta or boxes of pasta, and you put them in these vacuum sealed bags, and you put in one of those oxygen things inside of it, packets inside of it, and you vacuum seal it. And you just write with a marker on it, the date that you did this here. And it will vacuum seal the bag of pasta. And that pasta is going to last you up to 5 to 7 years, if not longer. You do the same with rice. You do the same with oatmeal. You do the same with any dry good. And, the thing is, a lot of people don't know how to store food. If you have a closet, if you do not have a basement, and I am so blessed that we have a basement at both of our houses that we can store and supply stuff. But the thing is, if you do not have a basement, you want to make sure you have a closet space that's dark and cool at all times to prevent moisture buildup in any dry good bag. If you can buy beans, jams, things like that in jars, glass, not plastic, glass, do so. Those are reusable jars where you can actually store more goods inside those jars and seal the jar lids. I save all my jars and I use them to can tomatoes, strawberry jam, and stuff like that. There's so many things to do. If you are a homeowner, I strongly suggest that in your backyard, if you are not involved with an HOA, then in your backyard, plant yourself some fruit trees like peach trees. I have 4 Georgia peach trees. Oh, and those Georgia peach trees, those peaches are delicious. Oh God, they're just so sweet and just delicious. Oh, I can't wait for them to start producing fruit for me. Um, and so I also have a plum tree. My husband loves plums, and so do I, but he likes them more. Uh, the I grow my strawberries. I planted strawberries. I planted bell peppers, jalapenos, all these different things, tomatoes galore. I have. I even planted my grapevines this year because I'm going to start growing grapes. And I added another tree to my backyard, a cherry tree. Cherries are expensive and my husband loves them, but I am not going to pay no $7.99 a pound for cherries. That's out of the question. I told him, you can wait until the tree produces cherries. And we might get some this year, but next year, we're getting a bundle. But the thing is, I love cherries too. Not as much as he does. But the thing is, this is survival America. I do not buy flowers. If you have a backyard, if you have a big window that gets a lot of sun, you can grow flowers right in front of that window and enjoy them. You do not have to go out and waste money buying flowers. And you can save money the same way by growing um, jalapenos and cherry tomatoes and stuff like that inside your home in front of a big window that gets a lot of sun. You can do this, America. This way you can save a little money and stay ahead of the game. This administration is destroying our farmlands. Over 80,000 truckers have lost their jobs since the buffoon in the White House got back in. That means less trucks to the grocery stores, which means less products being delivered. And when there's less products on the shelves, that means the highest bidder gets that product because they will raise those prices to those that can afford it. Now, one of the other things is they have at Walmart, which I noticed, and we've gotten a few of them. I'm not too keen on, um, oh, canned meats. I'm not too crazy about it. But I did start stocking up on canned beef, canned chicken, canned tuna, My husband likes Spam. I don't. I think it's dog food. Um, I did stock up on bacon when it was under $5, and I vacuum sealed all of it and put them in the freezer. And uh, I did the same thing with pork ribs, spare ribs, or whatever you call them. I purchased them when they were about $6 to $7 for a rack of it, and I put them in the freezer. There are ways of surviving America, and you really need to start learning it. You need to start preparing for it. When prices get high and you no longer have access to a credit card because you've already outsourced your credit card and the debtors are calling you over and over and over, um, you're going to struggle. And I feel sorry for you. I truly do. I have talked to people about cell phones and in previous videos, and one of the thing about cell phones is that excuse me, don't go with contracts. Don't. Always do prepaid. Contracts means you're stuck. Whether you get paid or not, you're stuck. Uh, my husband and I, we always do prepaid. Our cell phone carrier at the time that we had was bought out by T-Mobile, and I just did not want to transfer to T-Mobile. But because they bought out the company that we were with, we noticed how our cellular service was getting worse. It never was like that before. So we decided to go in and we literally switched over to T-Mobile and we did prepaid. Both of our phones, unlimited everything, for $65 a month. I'm good, but it's prepaid. No way would I sign a contract that I would have to be stuck in for years, knowing that if the economy tanked, I'm still stuck with the contract. They're not going to say, well, we're going to forgive your cell phone bill. No, they're not going to do that. They're literally going to come after you through creditors. They're going to destroy your credit ratings. They will come after your home if need be, because nobody reads those contracts, and they will. And the thing is, people need to wise up, wake up, smarten up, and stop contracts, phone contracts. Only do prepaid, because when you do a prepaid, you can switch over to another carrier if you don't like them any longer, or if the service gets really bad. And I just, I feel bad for people who think they're saving money by going in these contracts phone thinking that they're getting a free phone. You're not. Listen, America, nothing's free. Nothing. Walk into a store and see if they put up, here, this is free food. You can take all you want. They don't do it. Neither are these tech companies. My friend just learned the hard way and I told her not to do it. She did it anyway. Free iPhones. She did it for her whole family. They told her it was $149 a month. What they forgot to tell her was it's $149 for all of her family members each. And she signed the contract. They don't excuse you for being stupid. I told her, you signed it. I can't help you. That's between you and them. I told you, don't sign a contract with a cellular company. Once you do, you're screwed. Now, let's get past the cell phone contracts and prepaid. But I'm telling you, America, get rid of those contract phones. Go prepaid. Now, the next thing is, as I talk about my coffee, is that coffee will become a commodity. And the less coffee there is, the higher the price is going to go up. And if you stock up starting today, today is May the 8th, 2026. If you start stocking up on your coffee, instant coffee, I highly recommend, because all it takes is boiling some water and making yourself a cup of coffee. Coffee grounds are good. Problem is, it's a little pricey. You have to have a coffee maker for it. And if you have a an outdoor grill uh, that uses charcoal or wood or whatever, you can heat up a pot of coffee there. You can heat up a coffee pot on a gas stove as well of water and make coffee. But I recommend instant coffee. I drink both ground and instant, but I have a good supply of my coffee because my husband and I, we drink it all the time. I drink most of it. And and if we fall into a Great Depression, as I am predicting, people are going to have to do without coffee. And that's why I recommend that you stock up on it. Stock up on coffee filters if you use ground coffee. You need to stock up on these things. Last thing you want to do is trying to get coffee grounds out of a cup of coffee. It's not easy to do. Now, bottled water. I strongly suggest you start stocking up on some bottled water. Keep it in a closet stacked up in a cool area. Water will go rancid in those bottles over time. But medications. I am not a pharmacist. I am not a doctor. But if you're on medications, you need to start talking to your doctor about stocking up on medications, getting at least 3 to 6 months supply, even if you have to pay out of your own pocket to get your medications. Get it. Because a lot of our pharmaceuticals come from overseas, from other countries, especially from Canada. And the buffoon in the White House saw to it to sever the ties with Canada, or Canada severed the ties with America due to the buffoon in the White House. It's hard to deal with a stupid man. It's better to wash your hands, just walk away from it, than to deal with stupid. And the thing is, the less supply of medications means that you're going to run out one day and you're going to be calling around trying to figure out where you can get it. And if it's a lifeline medication, you need to have at least 6 months supply of that medication stocked up. So please, America, get prepared and stock up on some rubbing alcohol, some peroxide, bandages, band-aids, the necessities, toothpaste, for Pete's sake. Stock up on toothpaste and toothbrushes. Things to clean your teeth. If you can't clean your teeth and there's no dental offices around any longer, you're pretty much in a bad situation. Please start getting prepared. Soap, bar soap, stock up on it. Washcloths, bleach tabs, so you can fill a bucket of water with bleach tabs and you can literally clean washcloths that you will eventually have to wipe your ass with if there's no toilet paper on the shelves. See, this is what happens when the economy starts to tank. You get less items on the shelves for you to survive with. A lot of people are installing bidets on their toilets so they don't have to use as much toilet paper. So if you do not have any toilet paper or a bidet, if you have a handheld shower head, you can put it on the stream jet, stream, whatever it's called, and you can clean yourself good that way. So there's many ways to survive. But if you're still using the toilet and you have no toilet paper, you're going to need to use washcloths. And the bleach tabs in a bucket with a lid, you'll fill it up halfway with water, throw in some bleach tabs, and then every time you wipe your rear, then you throw that cloth into that bucket and put the lid back on. My mom taught me that back in the day. And every day she had the other bucket with water and soap in it. And she scrubbed those cloths and she hung them out to dry every day. Those white washcloths became your toilet paper. For women who are pregnant or already have children, it is imperative that you start stocking up on cloth diapers and diaper pins. Or you can actually get some Velcro tabs and you can sew them onto the diapers and Velcro them together instead of taking the risk of poking the baby with the diaper pin. I remember those little pokes because I grew up in cloth diapers too. So, but the thing is, you're going to need that bucket with the bleach tabs to throw those diapers in and clean them every day and hang them out to dry. When your utility bills and gas bills go sky high, you're going to need to learn to do these things, America, in order to survive. Women with children, get the glass jars of baby food and store them away in a cool area. Buy dehydrated products in the store, from Amazon, other places that you can find, and stock up. Because I noticed the cost of baby food going sky high. I've noticed the cost of baby formula still being very high. It's a tough world we're in right now, but it's going to get even tougher for a lot of Americans. In my next video, I will be doing. I will be talking about how we Americans need to pull together and how you can own land and a home under $20,000. You don't think it can be done? Hmm. Think again. Well, please click like, subscribe, and share with the world. I wish you all the best. Bye bye.